Okay, good day traders. Welcome to today's episode of my weekly Forex Forecast. This is Ononako Tochukwu speaking for Lazarus Capital. So as you all know, I do this every weekend to bring to us how I intend to trade the market in the coming days. And as like I always tell us, my trade strategy is very simple. The first thing I do is to identify the direction of the market. After I've identified the direction of the market, I wait for market to come to my area of value. Then I wait for market participants to come in and I join them. And my area of value is an area that price have used as the support or a resistance in the past. I also want to take my Fibonacci and align this area with my Fibonacci 5061.8. I also have a ranging strategy whereby if the market is moving in a sideways, I buy from a support or a demand area, then I sell from a resistance or a supply area. Having said this, let's just go right into the chart. So we'll be starting with the Btcusd. As we all know, I'm still bearish on the Btcusd because the Btcusd, like I see, is in a downtrend. And how do I identify a downtrend? Lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low. Price have not been able to create a higher high. I also have the 200 EMA. I use the 200 EMA specifically to identify the direction of the market. It means once I see that price is trading below my 200 EMA, I'm bearish. If price is trading above my 200 EMA, I'm bullish. So with this now, we can see that the Btcusd is in a downtrend. So the next step we're waiting for is for price to rise to a resistance area, which I'll be looking at this area. We're looking at this area, as a resistance area, where I'll be looking to sell the Btcusd. As you can see, acted as a resistance here, resistance, support. So this is a good area of value for me because it has acted as a support or resistance area in the past. This is my line of departure. From this area, the Btcusd began to come down. So it means is that as long as price is trading below this area, the sellers are still in charge. As long as price is trading below this area, this resistance area or this supply area, the sellers are still in charge. Anywhere in between these areas, this place, the sellers can bring this price back down. So if I take off my Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, you can see that this area is in line with my Fibonacci 5061.8. Cool. So I've seen that this area is a good area of value, acted as a resistance, support, and is a good Fibonacci 5061.8. So that's all I need, in an area that has acted as a support or resistance in the past, and there's a Fibonacci 5061.8. So the next thing is for me, I'll just be waiting for market to come to this area. Then when my sellers come in, I'll join them. Let's go to the forward time frame. So on the forward time frame, this is that area I'll be looking at to sell the Btcusd. So what I'll be waiting for is for price to rise to this area. Then when our sellers come in, we'll join them from this point. So as you can see, moving from this point to this point is a whole lot of movement. This is a whole lot of movement. So, and I can see that at this point the buyers came in and they came in strongly, and since then the buyers have been holding this market. So while I'm looking at this price action, I've said that overall the Btcusd is bearish, but currently it is bullish. I repeat again, overall the Btcusd is bearish, but currently is bullish. Now we will be looking how we'll participate in this bullish move, so that when price gets to this resistance area, we can sell from here, because this move is a whole lot of move. We can't just sit down and be watching. This is a whole lot, and currently here the buyers are active. So now it means currently the BTC-USD is bullish, but overall is bearish. So now what I'll be waiting for, this is the line of departure from where the buyers started this their campaign, this is their advancements, this is where the buyers advance from. So I'll be looking at a good support area whereby I can join the buyers if they come in, and I'll be looking at this area, acted as a support. So I'm waiting for price to come to this area. Then when the buyers come in, I'll join them from here, take the price up from here. I'll look for sell. To sell the BTC-USD from this area is my major entry. This is the major entry I'm waiting for, is to sell from here, because I want to trade in line with the big boys. I'm waiting to sell the BTC-USD from this resistance area. But meanwhile, because currently it is bullish, I can take advantage of this bullish move. But I can see that even on my 4-hour time frame, price is trading above my 200 EMA. Price have cleared above the 200 EMA. But don't forget that overall the BTC-USD is bearish. Now, if I take my Fibonacci from this swing low, hold on a second. If I take my Fibonacci, what's wrong with my Fibonacci? If I take my Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing guy, cool. I can see that this area is aligned with my Fibonacci 5061.8. Good area price I've used as support in the past, and it's a Fibonacci 5061.8 area. That's all I need. So now in the coming days, I want to see the BTC-USD come back more down. It has not gotten there. You can see there are some pips here. It's not yet there. And I want to see some manipulation also. All these early buyers, there are people buying here. They came in here, buying here. I want to see price coming to take them out. Then price coming to take them out. It means the market is still going to drop a bit. Then when the buyers coming from here, I'll buy the BTC-USD. From this point, take the price up. Then from here, when the sellers come, I'll join the sellers. Do you get me now? So BTC-USD will be buying from this support area, will be selling from this resistance area. So in the coming days, I'll wait for the BTC-USD to drop anywhere in between this zone from here to here. So you must keep waiting. Anywhere in between this zone, you are waiting for your confirmation, your entry confirmation to take the price to the upside. Once the buyers come in, you join them. Entry here, stop loss will be below here after your 4-hour bullish candle close. Then TP1 will come before this 200 EMA. Then allow TP2 to run to this resistance area. The market can even drop a bit further, but as long as the BTC-USD is trading above this demand area, these buyers are still in control of whatever that is. All this thing that's happening here, now, these buyers are in control of it. So even if the price gets down here, don't start selling. Your bias will only change if the price close below this demand area. As long as price is trading above this demand area, wait for your buyers. These guys here, see them here, bad guys, they are still here watching you. Even the inverse head and shoulder traders will also be here and be looking at left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But me, I'm not a chart pattern trader. Like I always tell us, I'm not a chart pattern trader. If the chart pattern align with my price action, fine. But if it doesn't align, I don't have business with chart patterns. You understand? Because that's one of the things that the market makers use in deceiving, new traders, all those things they teach you online, chart pattern, cup and handle, inverse head and shoulder. It's not as if they are not working, but you must understand what you are doing. You must understand what you are doing. The market is not moving because of head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. The market is not moving because of inverse head and shoulder. Do you understand? Or you think if all these billionaires they want to invest in an asset now, they want to buy an asset, they'll start looking for inverse head and shoulder. You think so? If the all these billionaires now, if they want to invest in an asset, they'll start looking for double top. They don't do that. So why are you doing that? Do you understand? So I'm not saying it's not working, but you must understand why the market is doing what it's doing. You must understand the why behind the market. When you understand the why, then you can start looking at all those your chart patterns, because all those things they taught you is to make you fail. That is why they tell you that 90% of traders lose money. Why are 90% of traders losing money? Because the things they taught you are garbage. Just like going to school now, going to school cannot make you a successful person. If you want to become successful, you must understand how money works. You must understand how money is being made. So enough of all that. So in the coming days, I'll be waiting to see the Btcusd drop a bit in this zone. When the buyers come in, I'll join them. When the market rises to this point, I'll wait for the sellers at this resistance area. To sell the Btcusd from this resistance area is my main entry. So, but in these coming days, we'll be looking for a bullish entry on the BTCUSD. So entry anywhere between this zone 62,285, stop loss below this zone after your 4-hour bullish candle close. TP1 before the 200 EMA around there 63,000. The TP2 will come to this resistance area at 70,000. Then when price gets to this resistance area, then we'll look for our sell entry. But this sell of this BTC is going to take time. This movement from down here to this up will take more than a month. So when this buy entry starts now, it will take more than a month before this sell entry will start. But to sell the Btcusd from here is my main entry. That is what I'm waiting for. So let's move over to the next pair, which is the Eurusd. So for the Eurusd, we can see that the Eurusd is still bullish. The Eurusd is still bearish. Price have been creating after price departed from this level. Price have been creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price have not created a higher high. And we can see that price is trading below our 200 EMA. With this, we can see that the Eurusd is bearish. Now the next we'll be looking at is for price to come to our area of value, which is an area that price have used as a support or a resistance in the past. We can see this area, resistance here, resistance, support, resistance. So the next we'll be waiting for a surprise to rise to our area of value, which is a resistance area. And we can see that this area is a good resistance, a good area of value. Support here, resistance here, support here. If we take our Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, you can see that this area is in line with our Fibonacci 5061.8. In line to our Fibonacci 5061.8. You can see that this area is a good Fibonacci area, good support area, good resistance area. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So price is close but not yet there. See, there are some pips remaining. So price is close to our area of value but not yet there. That's why I must always learn to use the line chart. You can see good support area, resistance, resistance. So wait for price to come into this zone. So in the coming days for the Euro USD, just waiting for price to rise into this zone, anywhere in this zone. Then when our sellers come in from here, we'll join them. Sell the Euro USD from here. Entry 1.15829. Stop loss above this resistance here after your bearish candle close. 1.16532. TP1 will come before this support area here. Before this support area here. 1.1476. Then your TP2 will come down to this demand area at 1.10916. So we'll be taking the Euro USD back down to this area. So let's move over to the next pair, which is the gold. So for the gold also, we can see that the gold also is still, in a downtrend. Gold is still bearish. After price departed from this supply area, it has been creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, characteristics of a downtrend, and price is trading below our 200 EMA. So we can see that the gold is still bearish. So now we'll be waiting for a surprise to rise to our area of value, which is an area that price have used as a support or resistance in the past. From there, we'll wait for our sellers to come and we'll join that. I can see that this area, this is a good area of value. There's a resistance here, there's a support here, there's a support here, resistance here. If we go to the line chart, we can see that this area here is a good support area coming to act as a resistance. You can see that price is there now. The sellers has started to fight, to see how they will bring this market down here. But we'll still have to be patient and let them fight more so that we'll know who will eventually triumph. So because we want to join the winning side, so we can see that this area is a good area of value. Look at this good support. Go to the line chart. There's a good support here. You can see. Go to the line chart. There's a good support here. There's a resistance here. Fibonacci line with Fibonacci 5061.8 from this line of departure to this area 5061.8 Fibonacci. So price is already at our area of value for the gold, but we'll have to be patient because next week I expect to see some drama unfolding here, because these buyers are strong. They will not just give up at this point. You can see even the daily candle that closed for Friday is bullish. So on Monday I will expect to see some bullish move to the upside. Take out all these early sellers and maybe do some manipulation, because all these early sellers now, their stop losses are here. Take them out and we'll see how you go. Let's go over to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, let's zoom out. You can see price is at our area of value. So but we need to see some more information. Okay, and we can see there's a strong move here by the bulls. There's a strong move here by the bulls. So in the coming days, what I'll be waiting for, I want to see these bulls that came in strongly. I want to see how strong they can be. These bulls that came in, I want to see how strong they can be. It means I'll be looking at a support area here that the bulls might be using as a support, a strong gold. Then I think this area too will be a strong Fibonacci area. Let me take my Fibonacci, though it's a small movement, but it's not small. Okay, take a Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. You can see, okay, cool. This is a 5061.8. Okay, it means the buyers have a strong Fibonacci area here, which is like a strong gold for them. So in the coming days now, what I'll be this buyers now that came in now, and you can see the sellers are trying to come in. I want to see the sellers come in. When the sellers come in, I want to see the buyers push them back. If these buyers are serious, they've been very strong here. They've been very strong here. You can see from here they've been moving strongly. The sellers came in, the buyers pushed, broke structure. The sellers came in again, the buyers broke structure. The sellers came in, the buyers failed to create a higher high. They created an equal high. And guys, that is one thing. You see, the price action is everything. When you are patient, you are reading the price action, because I told you guys that trading is a battle between the buyers and sellers. So as a trader, like I always tell us, that I am a mercenary commander. I'm a mercenary commander, and my job as a mercenary, I have troops, I have soldiers. I don't want to lead my soldiers in a battle that will not win. Because if you are a mercenary and you cannot win battle, then you are good for nothing. So I want to lead my troops in a battle that I know that there's high chances of them winning. Do you understand? So I have to study the battlefield. I have to study the battlefield and see which side has an upper hand of winning. If I'm seeing that the buyers are no more strong and the sellers are having a upper hand, then I'll join the sellers. So now I can see that the buyers, they came in here strongly, and they got here. The sellers came in, the buyers overpowered them, created a higher high. Sellers came in, the buyers overpowered them again, created a higher high. Now the sellers came in, the buyers cannot create a higher high. I'll be looking at what's going on here, what's happening here. Then I now see that the sellers now came in, broke below this support of the buyers. The sellers broke close below the support of the buyers. Now the buyers have come in. This movement that the buyers make. Now I want to see if they can do what they've been doing here. What they've been doing, I want to see if they can do it here. Meaning that if the sellers come in now, I want to see, can the buyers push above this level? Can they push above this level? If the sellers come in the coming days, now be watching this market at this level. Don't forget that this is a support area and it's a Fibonacci 5061.8 area. So if these sellers come down, and the buyers are going to push. Now, if the buyers push, can they make this type of movement they'll be making here? If they get here and they fail and create, maybe like the chart pattern will be looking at a triple top now, or maybe a head and shoulder. So do you see what I'm talking about? I don't just start coming to look at head and shoulder. I want to see what is the market saying. What is the market saying? That is what I want to know. What is the market saying? Before I start looking at head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, double top or triple top, what is the market saying? If the price action aligns with the chart pattern, it's fine. But I'll not be looking at the chart pattern first. No. I want to look at what's the market saying. So, I'll be looking at the buyers from here. If they come and they can't make a significant move to the upside, they got anywhere here and they stop, and the sellers come in. Already I've seen that the sellers have broke below this area, and the sellers coming from here, I'll join the sellers. So this is what I'll be waiting for gold in the coming days. So entry will be anywhere from this point. Once I see a weakness from the buyers and the sellers coming, I'll join the sellers. Stop loss can be anywhere from this point. Let's say at 44.13. Stop loss can be above here at 45.35. My TP1 will come before this support area. Don't forget there's a support here. My TP1 will come here. Or maybe you can just take this area here. This one is, no brainer. TP1 can be here at 42.35. Then your TP2, TP2 can come down back to this as a demand area here. TP2 can come down back here. Yeah, I usually use 2 TP, like we all know for now. So TP1 will be here. So TP1 will come down here. So entry here, stop loss above your entry candle, 4-hour time for bearish candle close, stop loss above it. TP1 will come down here at 42.38. Then your TP2, will come down back here at your TP2 will come down back. Just use this support area here as your TP2, 39.74. So let's move over to the next pair, which is actually the last pair we'll be looking at. Yeah, which is the Nasdaq. So for the Nasdaq, let's go to the daily time frame, because that's where we'll do our analysis. For the Nasdaq, we are still bullish. We are still bullish on the Nasdaq, though the Nasdaq for me is still trading in a range, but we'll have a new demand area or a support area at this point. Then we'll still have a resistance area at this point. Still have a resistance area at this point. So we'll see the market pushing all the way to the upside from this demand area. Initially, we're having this demand area. Initially, we're having this demand area, but price have created another demand area. Price have created another demand area at this point. So, I can see that the Nasdaq is still bullish. The Nasdaq is still bullish. Price is trading above our 200 EMA, and price have been able to, some traders were like thinking that after this close below this area that the Nasdaq will start to trend to the downside. But I told us that, see, be careful if the Nasdaq breaks below this demand area. Don't be too quick to start selling the Nasdaq. I told you guys, don't be too quick to start selling the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq is one asset that you must be careful while you are selling. Before you sell the Nasdaq, you must wait to ensure that there's a complete change of character to the downside on the higher time frame. A complete change of character to the downside on the higher time frame. If there's not, please, be careful, because the Nasdaq is an asset that everybody wants to buy the Nasdaq. Whatever small discount that people get on the Nasdaq, they start buying the Nasdaq. They start buying the Nasdaq. So that kind of asset is not an asset you just start to sell. Whatever small move you see to the downside, start selling. You must wait for the market to change its character on the higher time frame. So basically, for me, before I will be selling the Nasdaq, I'm going to see a clear, now that the market has created a new demand area, I'm waiting to see a clear break below this level. A clear break below this level, then a pullback, using this level as a support, using this level as a resistance, and this is how I'll be selling the Nasdaq. At this point, I'll be selling the Nasdaq. Anything aside there, I won't be selling the Nasdaq. Or if the market gets to this, resistance area, hold on a second. If the market gets to this resistance area, and fails to close above, if market gets to this resistance area, fails to close above, it gets here and stop, and the sellers coming, and the sellers coming from here, I'll look for a sell from here. But if the market have not gotten, because I told you guys that once the market is ranging, I buy from demand, or support, and I sell from supply or resistance. And I've discovered that when the market is ranging, when the market is ranging, the market goes from demand to supply, from supply to demand. It means that once the market have left a demand area, its next destination is the supply area. So once the market have left the demand area, if it has not got into a supply area, I will not look for sell. I will continue to wait for a pullback to look for buy until the market gets to a supply area. Then when it fails to break above the supply area, it gets there and it stops, and it starts dropping back from that supply area, I will not be looking for buy again. I'll only be looking for sell until the market gets to a demand area again, just like that, until there's a breakout. So now that I've seen that the Nasdaq have moved from a demand area, it got to this previous demand, tested the area, tested it, from there start to rise. So the next thing, I'm still looking for buy entry on the Nasdaq. So in the coming days, what I'll be waiting for is for price to pull back to my area of value, and I already identified that this area is a good area of value because it acted as a support here, support here, support here. So I'm waiting for price to come down and use it as a support area. If I take my Fibonacci, from this swing low to this swing high, you can see that this area is in line with my Fibonacci 5061.8. So it means that in the coming days, the only thing I'm waiting for Nasdaq is for price to come down to this support area. Then when the buyers come in, I will join the buyers at this point. This is the only place where I'll be buying the Nasdaq. It might take time to come here. I don't care. I just keep waiting. If it doesn't get to this support area, I am not interested. So if I'm buying the Nasdaq from here, my entry will be anywhere in between this zone from 28,599. Stop loss below this demand area after your 4-hour time frame bullish candle close 28,180. TP1 will come before the 200 EMA below this support area here at 29,064. Then TP2 will come back to this supply area at 30,628. So guys, thank you so much. This is the end of our analysis for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please, if you've done, drop me a comment. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Hit the like button, subscribe, and until I see you next week, God bless you.